Today I'm going to take my longest cross country ever along the Llano Estacado Caprock region of Texas. We've got a real heavy fog rolling into Amarillo from a low pressure front. One of the reasons why I wanted to do the cross country today, because it'd be a low pressure day, and we don't get a lot of low pressure days here. Wish me luck. Just drove out of the fog. I'm about 2 miles away from the airport. Gotta get things started, get things fueled up, and get off the ground in a hurry. The fog and the cold front's coming from the north, and I'm going to the south. Kind of stoked. Looks like it's not going to impede my takeoff. So I spoke too soon. It is now legal takeoff time, and I'm socked in pretty well. Visibility is pretty damn low. Unless I get a break at the clouds, I'm not going to go, but I'm going to set up anyways. Well, the clouds are starting to break, and I think I'll be able to take off pretty soon. But I thought maybe I'd go over kind of my cross-country kit. It's not perfect. I don't think it ever will be. Thank you, Woody, for recommending this little MSW fuel bottle to hold oil in. It does not leak, which is a big deal. Carry Builder's protein. There's 3 protein bars in here. 2 Parent's Choice 5-ounce bottles of oil. Each one of these is enough for 1 full tank. Got a 20,000 milliamp battery. I do have a MiFi, and here's why this is a terrible place to record audio, because there's trains in the background all the time. But basically I have a MiFi device that's on Verizon. My phone is AT&T. Just a little multi-tool that Sky Paraglider sent me with my paraglider. Some off. In my pocket is some lip balm, and I don't think I'm going to need sunscreen today, but that's famous last words, right? I'm pretty thirsty already this morning. I've been drinking a bunch of water. I don't think that's going to stay full for very long. Get some of that water off of it. Okay, so that's my hydration system. Route's right up here. That's where my reserve would be. That's where the reserve lines go up on the other side. So there's nothing in the way of that. So I can get a drink. Hydro homies, right? Oh, almost forgot. A bag with some wipies. Maybe to clean my hands. Maybe to do what a bear does in the woods. I do carry extra heavy-duty Velcro right here, and I think I have another piece right here. Legal limit for gas this morning, 5 gallons. Today I'm carrying the Garmin InReach, and it does have the map tracker posted to Facebook. And of course my 360 camera. Whatever, it's fine like that. A 360 camera is actually on a marine mount. It does charge off the battery in the backpack as well. I think that is it. All right, let's see if I can get in the air at some point. Wind is switchy, switchy. What a cool morning. I'm going to try and keep climbing, see if I can get a little bit more speed and also out of this turbulence at the top of these clouds. So I was bummed because I didn't think I was going to get to go fly. And look at this. This is amazing. It's beautiful. An ocean of clouds. So we can see where the fog edge is over there. That's going to be the edge of the cold front that's rolling through. I have to hold on to my jimmies when I go through that. That edge of that fog ran over the top of me at about 5 minutes before I could legally take off. I was like, no. But you know what? How awesome is this though, you know? This is worth the whole trip right here. Just getting to chill out over some clouds. Still have ground visibility. I can see a road down there.
So I'm not letting my trims out because, you know, you learned in, what, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, somewhere in there, that cold air slips underneath warm air. So I imagine we're going to have kind of a tectonic slip here. That cold air is going to be, that warm air should be rushing over the top of this edge. And the wind did shift when this came through. So I definitely want to be ready if it gets too crappy. I'm going to get quite a bit of altitude before I go over there. Man, what a day, what a day. I haven't flown actually in about almost 4 weeks. What a comeback flight. Comeback flight of the century. Sometimes Amarillo weather's just, man, we get tons of bad wind. And today's going to be a little rowdy. There may be some parts of the day I just don't fly. In some areas, it's going to be somewhere around 27 to 35 mile an hour gusts. Just depends on where the fronts end up. I have gone over the small part of the canyon. I'm flying up the south rim now. Can't see much through those clouds. I've got visual to the ground, and I'm sure I can make one of these fields over here if I had to. I was hoping to go over the canyon, but a little bit further into the pretty stuff, but it's so hazy today. Yeah, and the fog would block most of it anyways, and it adds that level of danger because there's really only a few good places out going over the canyon. There's a road that goes down in it for tourists, and there's also the riverbeds, if there's no water in them. Which there's usually not. I'm not just going to fly to Silverton. I want to fly along the rim of the canyon. I want something pretty to look at, not just flat farmer fields. I suppose if I were in a race, I could force myself to fly a straight line, but if you're not in a race, where's the fun in that? So one of my very first away games on a paramotor was a video I made called No Bull Cold Canyon Flying. It was right below freezing when I launched, and I actually launched from down here, and I've tried a couple other times, but the wind conditions were just too poor. And this is an absolutely beautiful drive. It's south of Claude, Texas. Just cruising through here is pretty awesome. Man, I'd really like to do a quick canyon run, and I think I'm gonna. Why not? It's right here where the road is. If I had to here, I just about on the road. No big deal. Oh, there it got cold. So my inversion is at 5,500 feet. This haze is keeping the thermals real low, so now's the time to play down here, I guess. Quite a bit cooler down here. If I was flying down here for a real long time, I'd want some gloves. Inversions are so cool. It's an area I've thought about doing some paragliding out of, but I'm not sure where I would do it. It's pretty sketchy landscape down here. You could certainly get in over your head, but you've always got the road as an out, as long as you respect your glide ratio to that. I just can't help myself. I have to go adventure. I know cross country a lot of time it's just fuel efficiency and all that, but man, I'm here to check it out. You lose, I think, 900 feet? Is that right? I always forget. Yeah, 2,700 feet. I guess I'll get a GPS reading off of my camera. That'd be the best. I wanted to know what my height was to the river. A little turbulent, not bad. Wind speed down here is a lot less. What happens is there's more area for the wind to be at, so you lose your wind speed when you come down into a canyon. I'd love to get the owner's permission to launch from here. It's really tough sometimes to launch from the road because you've only got that north and south road. Even if the wind is entering the canyon in the north, sometimes it turns it, and so the wind will be going down the canyon, like running through it like water.
South, and that's all due to canyon effect. Even Windy gets this wrong quite a bit. A lot of times you'll see the wind entering directly into the canyon, but then you get down into the bottom of the canyon and the wind is in a totally different direction, and that is just very, very common, and it's something to be aware of. Even a 1,000-foot deep canyon that's as wide as this, and this is no Grand Canyon, has a profound effect on wind near the ground.
We are not going to be foot dragging today. Air is far too turbulent, but go down the river for just a little bit. Pretty muddy stuff. If you land in that, it's going to be a sopping wet mess. Or if I land in it, you're not here. See if I see any wildlife. Now this right here would be a pretty nice paragliding hill, because it's almost back up to 3,500. I'm at 3,300 feet. Problem is that damn canyon turbulence. But when it gets hot, I can guarantee you there's a lot of thermals ripping out of here. I tell you what, you land in trees one time, you'll respect your glide ratio, by golly. That teaches a hard lesson.
So the problem here of finding slot canyons is they do exist, but they're usually like this, where there's shrubbery all over the slot canyon, so you can't easily see it from above. Sorry, Google Maps users. you gotta inspect pretty close. See these little fingers of the canyon, that's where you find them. See the shadow of some eagles down there, ridge soaring the canyon there. That's a beautiful little canyon, though. Where those, I'm guessing they're eagles. They might be. I mean, it's so far away I can barely see it. Lots of turbulence right now. There's a bunch of hikers that go crazy for slot canyons. I know that. I like hiking. I'm not really that into it, though. I do it whenever my paramotor gets thrown in the river.
I love the dichotomy of the land. It's basically like a pool table, right? I mean, you could not get a flatter land. And then, boom! Badass canyon. Apparently got us a Cleachy pit over here. Badass canyon, better strip it for Cleachy. It's really unfortunate in some ways that the state of Texas didn't just keep all this land around this canyon, because it's so beautiful. I mean, it looks like a state park everywhere. So many amazing places to hike, but it's all trespassing, right? It's all hunting leases, really expensive hunting leases. I was going to climb to 5,500 to get out of the turbulence. I mean, it's just so pretty here, and fighting the turbulence isn't so bad. And it'd be nice to own a little place out here. So this is one of the sketchier parts of the flight right here. If I have an out, I'll have to go into the river. But over here, it's kind of sketchy. Now see, this looks like it could be a slot canyon. I think it is. Yep, I think that is a slot canyon. Looks like it goes up to a bowl, but then I see a little divot behind it that this water from this pond rolls into. And that's what you need, right? Flowing water. That absolutely is. Right there. There's definitely some slot canyons here. So, Instagrammers take note of the GPS location. But be careful, in Texas, there's ranchers that shoot first and ask questions later. And I think geologically, slot canyons are always pretty young. I know there's one gas station here, and across the street from that gas station look like an abandoned airport. There it is. Yeah, that does look like an abandoned or an old airport. No flags. Hoping it's not so full of dang weeds over here. Nah, it was a little crosswind. Not too bad. We're kind of just doing some guessing on the way the wind was going. I'm good. For networking? Yeah, it's real pretty. All right, man. Thanks. Setting down my tools is a terrible idea here. These tanks have these little holes in the top, and it will leak gas all the hell over you. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I meant to buy some plugs of some sort, so I got to figure out a way to carry both of these at the same time, and need some sort of just a carrier. I think I'm formulating a plan. If I come up with something made out of Velcro, it won't hurt if I get a little too much. You know what? I might be able to build something real quick. I'm not sure what my next action is here. If anything, that makes kind of a handle for them. But it does give me a carrying case. So the man at the gas station is going to come grab me and take me back over to my paramotor so I don't have to carry this stuff quite as far. It's not a lot, but hey, it's nice. Well, the handle worked, so it wouldn't be so hard to carry this stuff now. Like this, I could take off like running that way. I mean, I can take off without any wind. It sucks, but I can do it. Makes me think I need to set up a little further downfield, because that gives me more room to turn and go that way. I'm just trying to think from the most safety. I'll just throw it in your truck and have you take me down there. Gotta be careful with this. Take this damn thing off. And this, I end up getting gas on my legs, but I'm thinking I want to get away from these buildings. That's causing some turbulence. That's perfect. I can launch, I can turn, and I can take off, and I'll have way more than I'll need. You know, the truth is I probably could launch at that spot. But it's always those, yeah, if you can do it 99 times, that's a 1% chance of death. I know I'm gonna go someday, but man, maybe not today. Oh, this is a lot of fuel, man. It's by far the cheapest form of aviation. Thank you, Dale. Oh, I hate forward launches. Of course, why wouldn't it die? Let it idle too long, it'll build up fuel in that carburetor, and so new plan. I'm gonna go over to the Carroll Canyons and check those out. It's my party. I don't have to go anywhere if I don't want to. Besides, it looks cloudy back over on my original plan. Mountains in the sky. I may not make it home. Oh well. So I'm gonna have to maintain altitude here. I can't go putzing around too much. Becoming pretty damn thermic. Anywhere below about 4,500 feet. I lost my pocket of pretty air. And now I'm going to climb up and see if I can recapture it. It's beautiful up here. Found my peaceful place. This is seriously the Badlands. So I had planned on trying to skip quad, just go straight back to Amarillo. It's not going to work. I'm not going to have the gas. I've definitely switched to my secondary tank. Man, the less I'm over this canyon, the better. But for efficiency reasons, I've got to kind of cut it here. I guess I could jettison some ballast. I could pee, kick off my shoes, throw my helmet away. Quad, Texas is 11 miles away. Look at this. Look at this cloud. It's all by himself. There's going to be some turbulence here in a minute, probably. I think I'm actually going to get a little lower here.
I don't like this at all. This is probably where the warm front, yeah, I see these clouds kicking up here. Thing is these clouds, hopefully, gosh darn, it got cold. It's like 45 degrees. I'm hoping it'll actually be warmer next to the ground now. And thermals won't be quite as much because I've got this haze, and the haze will just kill thermals. Sometimes you gotta play with your altitude. Woo, crazy turbulence. It's alright, had to get down anyways if I'm gonna go get gas. Bumpy. But what do you expect? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow. It's like a dust devil kind of turbine. Man, didn't think I was gonna make that. Not too bad though. I am hot and miserable, straight up, and I don't want to put this damn jacket back on. Oh, I have nowhere else to put it. Oh, it keeps going. Take me home. Worst XC flyer or best XC flyer? You decide. Man, I'm going so slow. Where was this wind when I was trying to take off? Come on, man. But he's got cattle on it. Home base. Oh, trains. Oh, last landing. Ooh, that's real lifty, yo. Get down. Whew. Tired. That's a long day, yo. Man, it is kicking chicken down here. Let's get out of these. Weeds. Well, you all know the secret now. You can steal my truck if you find it at the airport. Wow, I can't believe my battery's still going. Where'd it go?